So in terms of the port, we can actually indicate that since the deployment on the 1st of December, we've been able to process around 300,000 people that came through into the Libobo port that were actually exiting into Mozambique. That included a number of Mozambicans as well as South Africans who are going into Mozambique for tourism purposes. So on that basis, we can indicate that we have actually segregated the various travelers for the purposes of effective administration. We do have an area where we are processing pedestrians, and that is where we have a lot of people that are dropped by taxis in the port, and on that basis they go to the pedestrian side, and that is where we actually process them on the one end. The other area of operation is within port. There we are processing people that are coming with small vehicles, and on that basis we are able to process them there and enable them to go into the Mozambican side without any challenge. One of the main issues or things that we did was to co-locate within the port with the Mozambicans on the basis of making sure that we process the people for both entry into Mozambique but also exit out of South Africa. And that has actually assisted us in terms of making sure that people don't have to stop on the South African side and once again go and stop on the Mozambican side. So everything has been going well in as far as that part is concerned. The third area of operation, colleagues, is here where we are in kilometer 7. So here where we are, we do have a processing area where we divert small vehicles in which we actually get them processed also in this particular space. So the key area of operation in this instance is to make sure that we reduce the high volumes of small vehicles within the port. Once we have processed the people here and we have co-located with the Mozambicans, we are able to escort those vehicles from here out of the port and ultimately go into the Mozambican side without having to stop at the port for us, but also not to stop on the Mozambican side. So those are a lot of other various interventions that we have done. And of course, in terms of the movement of cargo, we are here at kilometer 7 where we have a staging area on the runway, which is just about 12 kilometers. And on that basis, we stage the trucks here and we release them in batches and they're able to go into the port. So when they arrive at the port, they go into the bypass where we have co-located there in terms of immigration, South Africa, Customs South Africa, but also immigration Mozambique, where we are able to process the truck drivers without having them to exit the trucks. That had actually brought in some bit of efficiency in terms of managing the environment. Now, we just want to confirm that yes, there is a queue in as far as trucks, and also there is a queue in terms of the small vehicles, the taxis and the buses, and that is on the basis of the volumes. We have planned for this, but of course, because of the geographic spread of the port and how it is structured infrastructurally, we are doing our best. We want to confirm that everybody is going to be processed to make sure that they're able to cross to the Mozambican side and enjoy their Christmas. We are anticipating the highest apex of the numbers by overnight into tomorrow. And we do believe that by tomorrow around this time, we will be finalizing those that would have arrived tomorrow and make sure that everybody is finalized as they go into the other side. Now, the key area, once again, as I've said, is the borderline. We have arrested a lot of individuals. Yesterday, we spoke about over 50 that were actually arrested, particularly by members of the South African National Defence Force on the mountain. These are individuals who have tried to avoid coming into the port because they overstayed in South Africa. Some of them actually had passports that expired whilst in South Africa. So they were trying to avoid coming to the port because they didn't want to be V-listed and be banned from re-entering the country for 5 years. So on that basis, we had to make sure that we bring them to port. We had to fingerprint them and make sure that they are V-listed, and we had to get them out into the Mozambican side. So as we speak, we are going to be very much vigilant during the return leg from the 1st of Jan, as indicated, to the 15th, and making sure that those individuals don't re-enter South Africa illegally. So members of the Defence Force are doing the great work outside port, but they're also assisted by the drones that we have deployed on air. They're able to give them data and also indicate where are the individuals trying to exit the country illegally, in the same way that we are dealing with those that are trying to enter the country illegally. So on that basis, I would like to hand over to General Mukonazi, as I've said, the Acting Provincial Commissioner for for Mpumalanga, talking about the actual deployment on the corridor. You will remember corridor management becomes one of our fundamental area of work, just to make sure that there is no blockage, there is no chaos, and on that basis the General is here to reflect on how the various stakeholders are being deployed, inclusive of the police, obviously the traffic and all of those. General?
Thank you very much. Greeting you to the viewers at home and everybody here. What is happening, I want just to indicate that we are actually deploying our members to the port of entry here, to the route leading to the port, and to indicate as well that it is the continuation of our deployment as we started yesterday with the other places where we have roadblocks. And here as well, we're still going to have roadblocks, and they're going to be here until actually everything is over, especially as far as the festive seasons are actually concerned. We are having members deployed from as far as Coppersdale, leading to the port of entry itself. We are working together with the traffic, working together with members of BMA, just to make sure that we are actually protecting the people, making sure that everybody is safe, and those definitely need to be taken care of, maybe because of papers or other issues and documented. We are taking care of that situation. But all in all, our purpose to be here is just to make sure that we support the port of entry. We make sure that here at Lebombo, people are safe and we don't have any incident that are taking place. As soon as everything is done, and we will be actually looking forward with our deployment until January the 15th. On the 15th, then we can maybe withdraw, look into the situation, how the situation is. However, if the situation demands us to proceed, we'll proceed with our deployment until everything is quiet, everything is under control. Thank you.
Major General Silepe, I'm here on behalf of the NATJOINTS. My role, or our role as the NATJOINTS, is to support all provinces, but also is to conduct oversight based on the plans that are put in place. I think most of you would have seen us providing support in terms of resources, and the Commissioner have made mention of the drones that are there. But also the support that we provided today, it was the air-to-ground operational support. We've gone up there to make sure that we support the resources that are on the ground, but also to ensure that all the role players are doing that which they have committed to do as the NATJOINTS. And anything that requires escalation, we are here to provide that support. Thank you.
Yeah, so basically that is the report. So we do have national, obviously represented by Major General Silepe from the NATJOINTS, and of course bringing all of the activities national, and ultimately providing all the support across all the various ports in this instance. And of course General Mkwanazi from the province. So on that basis, we are continuing with the operations. The highest numbers are expected tomorrow, being Christmas Eve, and we are very much ready to deal with the situation tomorrow. The operations here, as you know, they are 24 hours, so on that basis, we will be here on the ground until tomorrow morning, and we will continue with the operations until the morning of Christmas Day, as it were.
Thank you, Commissioner General. Will allow